What's going on, YouTube? It's Matt Faircloth. Thank you so much for watching this YouTube channel. My name is Matt. My company is called the DeRosa Group, and this is our YouTube series where we interview super successful and also super just fun people that I think you guys might want to meet. And you guys already know this guy, and that's okay. This is, I can call him a friend, a good friend, Scott Trench, and we are here at the best ever conference put on by the Joe Fairless, and Scott's here. You know, this is kind of in his backyard. We flew in for this. Justin and I are going to pick Scott's brain a little bit. Say hi to everybody, Scott. Welcome to the show.
How's it going, everybody? I hope to bring the same amount of energy that guy just brought.
It's impossible.
It's not. You can't do it. You can't do it. That's I crank it up high on this show.
All right. Let's get into it.
Nice, cool. So welcome to the show. You are the CEO and the president of an awesome organization called BiggerPockets.com, right? So for those that are watching that live under a rock currently or been living in a snow cave in the polar ice caps that have never heard of BiggerPockets, tell us briefly what BiggerPockets is and what it's all about.
Sure. So BiggerPockets is a community of real estate investors. We got 1.7 million people, and what's special about us is that these folks, I think you'll find the majority of them are genuine, passionate, charismatic, articulate, experienced people in the real estate space who are trying to get better as investors themselves and make this accessible to the next guy. So what you'll find on BiggerPockets is you'll find a forum with contributions from these people. You'll find a podcast where we can select the most relevant, repeatable, or awesome stories from that community and feature them on the podcast. You'll find guys like Matt here who are producing video content for us and answering lots of questions on how to go about solving certain real estate problems. And I think you'll find a large variety of perspectives. There's a lot of individuals out there with great blogs and those kinds of things. What we think makes us a little special is the ability to get all of those different opinions at once. You can absorb that variety of perspectives.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Justin, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so Scott doesn't know this, but I found BiggerPockets when I was like 23 or so, and went through the whole process from reading blogs. I think I started around the time the podcast first came out, and so every week I was tuning in to that next episode and started with a single family, learned how to flip houses, learned how to make networking connections and grow, and now I'm partnered with Matt and we have 700 units or so, and I view myself as a success story because of all the education and networking that BiggerPockets provided me, and I'm just grateful for the organization.
Well, love it. Yeah, that is certainly a success story out of BiggerPockets. Yeah, wonderful to hear that. And yeah, I think that the special thing about this, if we go back to the mission here, is that we're trying to make your story repeatable at scale, where if you could enable hundreds of thousands or millions of really high potential people like yourself to go on and achieve financial freedom or build massive wealth early in life, those are the people that we think are then going to go on to solve world problems, become politicians, start businesses that'll change the world, be involved in the community, and otherwise kind of contribute positively to society. So
that's some deep stuff,
that
man.
Massive, yeah.
Well, what real estate investing does is it separates time from income, right? And many people that are looking to make a difference in their lives are, they're shackled, right? And the shackles are time. They don't have the time to go out and really do what they want to do or to make the difference in the world that they want to make, right? What they have to do is they've got to just do their job, and jobs require a time injection in exchange for income, right? But what real estate investing allows you to do is you put in the time, the effort, one time. And I'm not saying that real estate investing allows us to just buy a property and then move to Tahiti and sip Mai Tais, right? You still do have to put in effort, but the effort does not have to be correlated to the amount of money you're making, right? If you build the right systems and processes in your business that you can learn through BiggerPockets, through other investors, it really allows you to free up your time, which I've been able to do quite a bit of through my real estate portfolio. It allows me to inject my time into things I care about, including making a difference, maybe not running for political office anytime soon, but allows me to do things, anything from volunteer work to just injecting my time into something that I really care about. So I think that's a good point.
Absolutely. I think that along these lines, there's a buy-in cost if you want to be involved in real estate. And that buy-in cost is somewhere between, I think, 100 and 1,000 hours of self-education, learning, networking, commitment, looking at these properties, those kinds of things. And once you've bought in, that's when you begin to get a good risk-adjusted return long-term, right? Yeah. And so why that's important is that really eliminates wealthy, the super rich, from competing with the ordinary American and especially in single-family, duplex, triplex, quadplex investing, because that buy-in price is too expensive for someone who's worth several $1 million to go in and compete on a duplex investment, right? And that's what enables your $50,000, $75,000 a year earner who's young to go out there and get into it, is they can afford to make that investment and then reap the benefits of that for the rest of their lives.
I really love how you position the buy-in price as hours, because most people think I get into real estate, buy a seminar. I know obviously BiggerPockets is the complete opposite of that, but it's time and hours. And when people approach me and say, well, how'd you do it? And I always say BiggerPockets, but you have to put the time in. You have to read, you have to listen, and you have to network and comment and post and immerse yourself in that, because you have to learn it. Yeah. And that's the way to do it.
There's a great Bruce Lee analogy, and he said, I don't fear the man that knows 10,000 kicks. I fear the man that has practiced the same kick 10,000 times.
Yeah.
And that's what BiggerPockets enables you to do, is to practice your kicks. And to, once you do a deal, and you can use the BiggerPockets resource to do deals, but also you can run them by people, bounce them off people and all that, and it gives you that space. It's like a little dojo to go and practice your kicks. And hopefully you're doing the same kick over and over and over again, and not doing what I did when I first got started, which was trying wholesaling and doing fix and flips, and also doing rental deals, and also doing a bunch of different things. If you focus and stay in a lane, which BP has access to all the lanes of education that you need, you can stay in the lane and do that 10,000 hours of training.
Yeah, and I think that what I love about BiggerPockets, and obviously I'm biased, being the CEO and president, but what I love about the site is that if you prefer to learn by watching, you can do that. If you prefer to learn by listening, you can do that. If you want to do that on your commute, we got a podcast for you, or in the gym or whatever. If you want to read, we've got a forum with unlimited amount of posts, and a blog with 10,000 articles. We've got books, all that kind of stuff. So really, I think that how you get those reps in doesn't really matter. It's up to you. And I think that's kind of what we're trying to do, is just make that information free and widely accessible, and enable this for everyone who wants it.
So what's next for BiggerPockets? Like what's some super exciting things that you think BP has in the pipeline that those watching should watch out for? Just even more reasons why they should be heading over to BiggerPockets.com.
Yeah, so there's a couple of things, but the one I'll highlight here is BP Insights is one of our big projects this year. It's a new sub-brand that we're going to be coming up with, and the idea is that we're going to merge two big data sets. One, rental data, so we can get a really good estimation of what a unit, based on its condition, location, square footage, all that kind of stuff, will rent for, and then tie that in with property data so that we can kind of merge those two data sets and give investors access to that. Hey, I've got a duplex, and if we get good data, my range of rents on that duplex is between $1,100 and $1,250. Therefore, I can underwrite that deal a lot more safely and be a lot more confident in my analysis. That's a number one challenge for new and aspiring investors, is really honing down those rents and understanding what drives increases in rents. And we think there's a lot of applications to that data. We can hire some editors and writers to write about that data, download data sets, and give commentary. We can we can pipe that into our rental property calculators, and we can pipe it into a marketplace. Imagine if you can go into our marketplace and you see every listing available with a really good estimation of what rents are.
You can pump it over to your online it's a one-stop shop. You got calculators, you've got access to data now that it can really just vet and confirm that the rents that I think this property should be getting are really there to get, because there's just really not good resources out there especially in the small rental field. So I think that's great. And data is king right now. I mean, data, since the advent of Google, data is really what drives business. So you're able to provide data to us as landlords. It's what we need.
Yeah, I think data in isolation can be very, very dangerous, but the idea of combining data with community feedback, I think, is what can be very powerful for us over time.
Absolutely. So cool. All right, final thoughts? Anything else? They have obviously BiggerPockets.com. They can just get a hold of your profile on BiggerPockets. They want to hear more about Scott Trench and what you're up to and everything like that, right?
Absolutely. Yep. I'm on BiggerPockets. I'm pretty responsive and involved in that community. I think I've posted 2,000 times at this point, somewhere in that ballpark.
And I can tell you, as the president and CEO of an organization, this I've found you to be very accessible and very open to engaging the community. So thank you for all you're doing for the organization as well, from Justin and I, because we're both eternally grateful for all the work that you've done and for what BiggerPockets has done for us too. So I appreciate having you here, man.
Well, I appreciate the compliment and the time on the show here, guys. Thanks for
guys. Thanks for watching. Check out Scott. Check out BiggerPockets.com and pick up a copy of Scott's book, Set for Life, and my book, Raising Profit Capital, both at BiggerPockets.com. You can check those out, and many other books that they have out there as well. So, guys, I appreciate you. Have a great and profitable week.